Welcome to another video on my ESP32, which is an embedded device, Internet of Things, with lots of options like gpio, digital interface, pulse modulation, and you can add I2C and SPI and CAN bus, 2 CPUs, 2 cores actually, and in my case I am using the Arduino IDE, which results in programming only in random access memory, which means that when I remove this cable from it, everything is lost. If I use other way of programming with source code, etc., the ESP environment, then I would be able to use flash memory. But when you are still developing, random access memory is more convenient. Connected are an LED buzzer, not fully connected segment display, not connected event microphone, not voice event, so this would work. Although I have not enough GPio pins to connect it, and these pins are disconnected, but they cannot be used. Servo motor, pulse modulation, LCD via I2C, and LDR at the back here via GPio, and a keypad, which is currently the focus. Servo motor should work always, but doesn't. And last time I tried to figure out why the keypad doesn't work. So I extended the code with lots of information in comments to find out, not just in comments but also on screen output, which is not the LCD by the way, just already screen, which you will see in a moment, to find out which row and which column is working. That gave quite a few surprises, with one row in particular, this one. According to the information that I have found out now, information with as a result of the experiment, only the last row, so from S9 to S12, gives one output only with respect to the keys. That is 1110 or 1110, which is which? Well, the software will make that clear. And previously I used wires like this. They are very flexible, too flexible to use actually. So I have taken from older experiments some wires, and those are safer to use, better to use. So hopefully this gives me better results. Anyway, with your oscilloscope attached, let's go to the software and see how far we can get. So, oscilloscope attached, all 4 wires attached, and then of course the keypad, and yeah, I should put it like this. Anyway, it's a bit too flexible camera. Software set to ESP, upload frequency, TTY, USB 2, and whatever means necessary. Also serial monitor, which doesn't show anything yet. So I have to upload, compile, and see whatever happens. In case you haven't seen a previous episode, I have set, let's see where it was, right here, keypad, reading 4 columns, read 4 rows, and everything is showing its respective value, and it was 1110. Is not nice. And row 4 is then all 0. These are all 1, and they can't, and I haven't been able to change them. Maybe because of the reading, maybe because of the wiring. Anyway, let's check it out. And I do hope that compiling and uploading will go nice, because that is also not something that is guaranteed, although it is now working nicely. So this can be a short video that things go good, and now this go nice. And I do have to wait until I see that it gets stuck into the keypad routine. And in the meantime, let's see whatever works and whatever doesn't. LD, yep, that's 2 times buzzer. That's a D again. And mind you, right here. And all through the algorithm LSD stuff is being displayed. Nothing on, there goes the motor. Very nice to see that. And now we are in the keypad routine, which is very nice. So you see that row 1 is 1, row 2 is 1, so let's check. Pin 13, column 4. So it's still the case. Now this should be row, yeah, also column 4. Okay, let's check column 3 then. Row 1 till row 4 are still all 1. And the problem is also that it is all wired like this. So you can't really figure out what is what and how the wiring is. Unfortunately. And without everything, well, there's one thing, of course. With everything being 1, and I press column 1 or column 4, I should get a key anyway, because a key is generated from 2 1s. So if I press one key, I should get a character, which I'm not. So that is a bit strange. I have to look into that, because that doesn't make sense. Alright, thinking that when I press a key and you get 2 ones result and you still have nothing, then there's a flaw in the algorithm, and this time is no exception, because key is keypad.getKey, which reads a key, was only outside the while loop, so it never reads a key anymore. So now I have inside the while loop, and yes, this is necessary to generate a value for the first time you read it, but then you have to read it again, otherwise it will never read the key again. So let's do it again. See whatever happens now. I hope that this is the correct position for the new reading. Alright, waiting again until I am stuck in the loop. And then I should get something. Because no matter if the rows are wrongly assigned or defined, I should get something, no matter what. Yep, right, buzzer twice. LCD going by, very nice. Now I should get a keypad thing. Motor running, very nice. And I'm getting into this one. Alright, so now I'm very curious what happens. Oops, I'm pressing something out of its hold. So this is column 4, but I have still no key. Column 3, still no key. And this is strange. I'm not holding column 4. Why is this happening? Column 2. No key. Column 3 again. Why does God... Let me check these wires. No, they are all alright. The wires here are not touching each other. No, they are not. So how come that when I now press column 3 that column 4 gets 1? That is obviously not correct. And let's see the oscilloscope. So this one, the blue one, which is row 2, is 1 permanently. wiggling the wire. Let's try again. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. But again, I get no key. While I really read a key here. So how about checking no key? Okay, this has to be checked. Alright. After checking some software, in case of my algorithm I changed a little bit. I was looking for if no key and get key were correct, and I changed the algorithm a little bit. In the case that I now say keypad read key, then I read key or get key in this case. That's all I did here, but what I also did was checking why and how the header file actually works. The header file is the library, and then things tend to get a bit different because it shows that these have to be all one. So 26, 33 and 32 are not wrong. 35 seems to be wrong. They are all being made one because this is the rows as if I read it correctly, rows and rows or columns are being made one, and then you have to press the other one to make a complete key. So still I get no key. Looking here, I have 0, 1, 1, 0, and I'm reading the rows. So that is not exactly what I expect. Which is 0. That is row 1 is 0 and row 4 is 0. So that doesn't make any sense. Let me see if when I remove the yellow probe and I connect it to, for instance, this one, it makes one single leap and then leave it alone. Here as well. So it does detect and yes, wait, now I get it, because this is edge supported. Let me check this for a continuation. Let's say duration. How can I get it a fully a full signal? Because there's no pulse here. I want it to show the complete signal, and that is not happening right now. So I can't show all of them. Okay, let me edge is also not really the thing. Let me put it on edge right now. But what I want to see is that the signal changes. And that is row 1 in this case. row 4. Set to 100 milliseconds right now. So why doesn't that show anything? Column 1 correct, column 2 correct, column 3 correct, column 4 correct. Okay, row 1, column 4. This doesn't make sense. This does make sense. This too. Still I get no key. Alright, next thing, I have put 2 wires right here which address columns, in this case column 3 and 4, and then you get to see a nice signal. Although whenever you put the probe to it, of course. And there goes my keypad hold. All provided that it stays in place. Yeah, it's a bit of a weak construction, unfortunately. But I'll have to do with it for now. And this should be column 3, and I do not get any contact at all. Anyway, the point is that despite the fact that row 4 is not responding, not generating a 1, so that is the reverse of what I thought it should be, and the fact that everything else works, or seemingly works, and everything falls apart, which is also not very good. This is a bit better. So the yellow one is on column 3 right now. And I see absolutely nothing. Going back to column 4. Yeah, I clearly see results. Except for, again, row 4. So I have to accept that row 4 is kind of broken. The rest doesn't do a thing. I have multiple times now checked the software and also the sources. Well, not really the sources, but information about the sources. And if I look at how this is being defined, which seems to be quite alright, then this part, which is reading a key while there's no key, which is also a bit strange, because while no key it does this. What happens if there is a key? It never reads it. So that's a bit strange. What happens if there is a key? It does return the character that it should give. So let me select this one and put it right here. And then this one as well. Not that it would matter, because so far I see no key being pressed, but at least there is something. Let's try again, and yeah, time is once again running out without the result, but at least I know more about the whole keypad construction, and that my initial assumption about the signals and the results were wrong. That's one step ahead, although a very small step. Alright, now it is waiting again for the result. For the keypad to get into a loop. Right, new attempt. I have put right here new reading. Unfortunately that stays empty. What I'm now going to do is something different, or a little bit different at least. Copying and making this into a null, and same with this. Same with this. Also what I found in an example about the ESP. Not Arduino, but the ESP. So if there's a difference, I will notice, of course. The rest of get key and initialization of the keypad is all the same. Oh, this is interesting. What does it say? What does it say? Warning, no use in arithmetic. Okay, so that would not be advisable to use, but it doesn't say no. Although here I have a connecting that is not quite correct. But is it working? It is working. Motor is working. So right now waiting for the algorithm to get stuck again in the keypad. That might take a little bit of time. Motor still works. That is good. But oh wait. See, now it is there and it still doesn't read. Alright, now column 1 Alright, which should it read? Row 1 should read and any of the columns, but there's no key. And now column 4 gives also 0 when I press column 3, so I guess that is alright by now. But nothing, absolutely nothing. So I've come closer to a solution, I think. But apart from that, nothing. And I wonder why. Because, but now at least I know that pin 35 is getting the wrong signal somehow. And the big question is, why is that? Is it badly wired? Apart from that, if that is the only one that is badly wired, why don't the other keys respond? And I think I'll leave it at that. Alright, what I had hoped to be not so long video has gone into a full half hour. But that's what you get with experiments. Thinking you understand something and then you find out you get the initial thing about the library wrong. Wiring changes here, but anyway, still no solution. Thank you for watching anyway. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion. Very much appreciated. You can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter. You can support me by making a donation via either PayPal or Wired. Please do so. Voluntary, up to you, but please do. And you can also support me via Patreon by becoming a patron and have by a monthly pledge your name mentioned. For more information, see my website and see also under this video. This is obviously going to be continued. Have a nice day and bye bye.